Hi, this is Paul Schwartz, Executive Director of the Potawatomi Area Council, Boy Scouts of America. Thank you for coming to this Friends of Scouting presentation. You're about to see 4 quick stories from some of our friends about scouting, life, and growing up.
I have been involved with scouting for as long as I can remember. I started myself as a Tiger Cub as a young kid. Before that, my older brother was involved with Scouts. Before that, my father was involved with Scouts. So we are a scouting family.
I had the ability to go and serve the country in the military, and I came back to scouting when we had the 100th anniversary.
Our Cub Master retired and nobody was stepping forward. So at that time, I stepped forward to be the Cub Master.
I started scouting in Mukwonago, Wisconsin with PAC 229. I didn't realize what impact scouting had on me until I did my interviews for surgery. I got sent down to the OR on a jaw fracture of a 3-year-old. And the head of anesthesia was there and said, "Oh, you must be an Eagle Scout." And here I am standing in scrubs, and I was like, "How do you know I'm an Eagle Scout?" And he said, "Well, Dr. Allen, the head of your program, would not send a first-year resident down to the operating room unless you were an Eagle Scout."
When I was in law school, I went through the first year, and we're studying for final exams. And we have a study group put together. We're in the library for a long, extended period of times going over our notes. Just casual conversation comes up. Somebody mentions that they were an Eagle Scout. And without even realizing it, the 4 of us in the study group, we were all Eagle Scouts. We had never talked about this before. It wasn't something that we recognized. It's not the reason why we work together as a study group. It's just a commonality that we all shared. And it is incredible to me how people with these similar backgrounds will flock together and they will come back together in your professional life. Through the scouting program, you're exposed to a lot of things that you wouldn't have seen otherwise.
I believe my Eagle Scout award earned me an appointment to West Point, and going to West Point allowed me to serve this nation, fly Apache helicopters, be a leader amongst peers, and also to, always try to make the right decisions.
At the end of every meeting, the boys say the Scout Oath and Scout Law. And when they do that, sometimes they're just saying those things, but sometimes they come home and they talk about those things, and we talk about them as a family. What does it mean to be reverent? What does it mean to be clean? I think those are really good things to talk about at home and to bring back home. Leadership and communication, comes really easily for some boys, and other boys have to work at it. Balancing sports with Scouts and homework isn't always easy. It forces them to be organized, and it forces them to think about how can they balance their time.
A lot of things that might seem intimidating or scary at first, but through the scouting program, it puts you in a position where you're confident in yourself, you're confident in your teammates and your fellow Scouts, and you're not intimidated to try something. In the general sense, that's probably what sums up scouting for me, is that it teaches you that there really are no limitations to what you as an individual can do. You can work towards something that you didn't think was possible.
Failure is a great teacher. When you fail, second time you do it different. And that's a great thing to learn. You learn how to deal with problems.
There is a lot more to scouting than just tying knots. Scouting is really character development and a way of life.
Scouts in the military are they parallel very well just because of the organizations and the leadership you learn in scouting.
When I was a Scout, I took engineering merit badge, electricity merit badge, computer merit badges. Really sparked an interest in science and technology for me. So through those experiences, that led me really quickly to engineering as an undergraduate major. I enjoyed the design aspect of engineering, but I also enjoyed the working with people and the writing. And that really segued well into a career as a patent attorney. And scouting really kind of prepares you for that. It starts off as tying knots, but you teach somebody how to tie knots, and then from there you can teach them how to write a patent application, or you can teach them how to build a legal practice.
And you get to a point in life where you are able and willing to give back to some of the organizations that have helped you get where you are in life. I really do credit the scouting program, because I believe that without the Eagle Scout Award, I would not have got accepted into West Point.
You learn leadership through example, not out of fear. And the one thing you learn real early is when you're a young boy, you look up to the older boys. You see their example. and then you give back as you go through the troop or your scouting career, all of a sudden you're thrown into that leadership role. It becomes quite comfortable. It's like anything, you get out of it what you put into it.
Thanks again for watching. To make a tax-deductible donation to Friends of Scouting, go to pacbsa.org and click on Donate. Or you can email me, Connie Belinsky, at connie.belinsky@scouting.org, or turn in your pledge card tonight. For a donation of $165 or more, you'll receive a special commemorative Camp Long Lake patch. For a donation of $590 or more, you'll get a thank you grill set for summer fun as well as a patch. All donations are welcome. Once again, thank you for supporting Scouting.